Colt Sharp from Stewarttown, Pennsylvania.
What's this truck?
It's a 2015 389 cat motor. Originally was shown here a couple years back by a guy from California, and then he sold it to a kid in South Dakota, and I got it from him and kind of put my own touch on it.
So you're the third owner?
I'm the third owner, yep.
Did you paint it or anything?
So these are just vinyl.
Oh.
So it's not paint.
They look good though.
Horse Signs up in Ephrata, PA. They designed it and installed it, and yeah, so if I get tired of it, I can pull it off if I so choose to.
Did you have some particular inspiration for the colors or anything?
So I have a 379 that's green, so I kind of matched it up with the color wheel that they had. So it kind of flows together, but yeah, that's probably about it.
What's the engine, transmission, all that stuff?
So it's a Cat 6NZ, single turbo, 18 speed, Eaton Fuller, 336 rears on low pro 24.5s.
Were you looking to add another truck to your collection?
So I have three. So this is the third one. Bought my 379 when I was 20. It was wrecked, rebuilt it. And then 2 years ago, I guess I bought a truck for my dad to run. So he works for me now. He's in a white
your
with a
dad
maroon.
Works for you?
Yeah, yep.
How's that feel?
It was, I don't know. It's weird. Like, we get along pretty well. And then sometimes it's like every father-son knows what I'm talking about.
Is he the reason you're a truck driver?
No, so I'm the first generation trucker in my family. Yes.
How did this all start?
You want me to be honest? Probably a mental illness. I don't know. So I worked for farmers through high school and drove farm to field or whatever, just farm to the bin, like bins to field, and had a landscape company I started in high school, sold that, and then started working for a buddy of mine that had a trash company. And I was like, you know what? Kind of want my own gig. And kind of just stemmed from there, and I just been growing, and yeah. So I'm hoping, like I said, tell everyone, I don't know if it's a feasible goal or not, but I'd like to get up to 10 trucks at some point in my life.
Is this your company?
It is, yeah. So Sharp Farms, I started that. Mainly it started as a landscape company. And I mowed, my first year, I mowed like 8 lawns, and then I grew it up to 80 lawns a week. And then sold it to a friend of mine that I went to high school with. He bought it and he started doing more with it.
How old were you when you started this?
Started when I was 18. It was my senior year of high school. So I started my senior year of high school, mowing grass and doing landscape stuff. And
did you take business classes and things in high school?
I took accounting, and that was about it, and I failed it.
All of this is over my head as a self-employed person. It's hard to understand.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so
do
like,
you have a good accountant though?
I do. Yeah, okay. I have a really good accountant.
And you have a good steering wheel. That's like that's a Steering Creations with the Italian leather.
Yep.
That's a nice one.
I remember I think it was my second year at Matt's. They debuted that wheel, and I tried buying it off of the prototype stand inside. And the guy's like, well, you'll be able to buy it in like a year or two, or like at the end of the show. And I'm like, well, I want this one right now. And he's like, no, we can't.
Was it worth the wait?
It was, yeah.
It's very pretty. I have a red retro glitter wheel.
Okay.
I absolutely love it.
Well, I saw the black one too, and I was like, man, the black one's pretty slick too. Randy at spare time did everything in the cab. Went with a kind of leather texture and black buttons, and all the Kenworth guys got all bent out of shape. They said I should have bought a Kenworth, but the twin stick kit, fake, but it runs the splitters. Kind of just a cool little touch.
You're willing to admit it though. A lot of people aren't.
No, yeah,
so that's good.
Randy did the whole interior, and I thought that was pretty cool to do.
So how long have you had this truck?
I bought it Thanksgiving.
Just last Thanksgiving?
Yeah, this past Thanksgiving I bought it. I'll send you a picture of it when I first got it. But yeah, I bought it in Thanksgiving, drove it home from South Dakota, and then dropped it off at Earl Martin up in New Holland, Pennsylvania. And they did pretty much all my stainless work and redid the boxes on it, did some other fabrication work that...
Is it okay if I step up here?
You're more than welcome in it. Yeah, they did a lot of the fabrication work, did my deck plate, did my step boxes, did some filler panels and things of that nature. Deems auto body, painted my tanks, painted the air cleaners, did some
The question I formulated in my head was, what was the biggest change to the truck? But that's a lot of changes to the truck.
Yeah, I mean, so originally it was just black. So I guess the stripes are probably the most noticeable.
Did you repaint it, or is it the same black paint?
It was the same black paint, yep.
Is there anything yet that you'd like to change?
The only thing that I really would like to do when I get some funds back together is probably do the sleeper the same as the cab. I kind of cheaped out on that option right now just because, I don't know, you go into people's house and their living room and kitchen's really nice, and you go into their bedroom and it's a mess. So that's kind of my thought process going into it. But they did a custom deck plate for me with in-frame storage.
Ah, that's sleek.
So Earl Martin did this up in New Holland. The team of fabricators up there that they have is phenomenal.
Do you use this a lot?
So I haven't put anything in it because I wanted to keep it clean. Like, I literally picked this truck up from Randy 2 weeks before the show. And then we did the rear fender brackets ourselves back at home this past weekend.
That's some sleek pinstriping. Was that already on it?
Yeah, that was on it. So I kept that. Originally, I was going to do red stripes because there was already red like accents to the truck. There's, if you can see on the back of the front bumper, there's some pinstriping there.
I did see that since we just talked about it.
Yeah, so that's the guy originally from California. Like I said, he showed this truck when it was newer. He brought it out here and showed it, and then the kid from South Dakota bought it and used it for work, and then I got it from him because he lost a driver and had 2 trucks that matched, and this one was the odd duck out, so he sold it.
Where was it when you got it then?
Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
So that was pretty far away.
Yeah, so it was, I forget what it was. I mean, me and my dad flew out and drove back home straight and didn't have to put fuel in it. So, hey, there's the man that put the interior, Randy.
This is what it's all about.
Yeah,
that's
I know.
pretty convenient.
I was just shouting you out.
I'm going to give him my microphone for a second.
Thank you. But yeah.
I hear you did the interior on this.
Yep. Bill, who works for me, did the interior.
And this all happened relatively quickly, right?
Yeah. He kind of came late, but we got it done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, I don't know if we're going to get this done. And then when they got started on it, it was like 1, 2, 3, done.
We did. I think we had worked on it about a week.
Shout yourself out. Do you have a website or things?
Yep.
People
SpareTimeFab.com.
Has a lot of really nice products. He did all the watermelon lights inside too with the plates.
I like the old school, the green too. Green watermelon lights.
Yep. Hey, he did that. We didn't do anything outside. We stay inside.
Do you have other trucks that are in the show here?
Yeah, we have quite a few.
Okay.
There's probably 10-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, that was very convenient. Thank you for walking by right at this exact moment. I
Right
appreciate
on
it.
That's perfect. Thank you, Randy.
We were starting to talk about something back here also.
The fabrication. So Earl Martin did the deck plate front to rear. And then my dad and a buddy of mine, Todd Warner, he has a potato farm back home. We went in his shop and fabricated the brackets for the full fenders because I bought the fenders 2 years ago off Facebook Marketplace for $300. So they've been sitting in the shop for 2 years, and I finally found a purpose to use them. Because when I find a deal, I don't know, people might call me a hoarder. I buy it and I sit on it until I need to use it. But it was good to have.
I have to ask, your dad works for you now.
Yep.
But he was not a truck driver.
No, so he was in the military for 20 years.
Did he have a CDL?
He actually got his CDL after me.
What inspired you to get yours?
I guess just working at the farms.
Did he farm also?
No, nope.
Okay,
So we
totally different.
I grew up in Maine. That's where he was stationed for 8 years of my life, and then we moved to Pennsylvania. He was originally from Maryland. His dad had an orchard and beef farm in Maryland, right across the state line. His dad was also a state trooper for Maryland, and so they said it was a hobby farm, but I think it was like 500 trees and I think 30 head of cattle, and it was a hobby farm. So my dad was like, that wasn't much of a hobby. He had 2 other brothers, so they did most of the work around the farm. And
so were there trucks on the farm?
No, nope.
So why did
hired
you get
out.
into trucks?
I don't know.
How did this happen?
I just got drawn to it, I guess. I don't know. I like the cool trucks, and I tell everyone it's more than a job, I guess, to me, because
Is this your first truck? No, you have other trucks
yeah.
also.
So I have a 379, a 389, and then this is my second 389.
Do you
So
plan on holding on to them all? And just
I'm
collecting?
a
You said you're
hoarder.
a hoarder. So
Yeah, I'm a hoarder, so I'm gonna keep them.
Is there an ultimate truck that you would like to add to the collection?
I mean, I guess like everyone's holy grail, like either an A model or a 359 with a KT Cummins in it.
Okay, all right, that's fair. What about this trailer?
So it's a 2019 Great Dane, 53-foot flat floor, 12-foot spread. Has a Jimmy Farrell air ride kit on it, or air system on it. And yeah, I bought it from a guy that where I work for. He was retiring, and kind of deal came up at the right time, and he took care of me on it. And yeah, so that's got away from renting a trailer because I didn't pull a refrigerator trailer up until August of this year. I was always pulling a dump trailer or hopper bottom, and that's where I kind of started, was pulling a hopper and dump trailer, doing feed ingredients and feed and grains, because we do, I don't know, there's probably 5 farms around the house that we haul their grain for and haul to the local mills up the road for us. And now that I'm doing this, my dad's doing most of that, and yeah, now I'm looking at putting another guy on to help with the grain and kind of.
So it'll be 3 of you.
Yeah, yep. So it'll
and
be,
your goal's 10.
yeah, the goal's 10. I have it's going to be 3 of us probably middle of next month. So yeah, I don't know. People always say the older generation is like, if your stress can handle it, if your body can handle it, why not try
Well,
it?
also the more people you have working for you, theoretically, the more you can enjoy what you're doing, hopefully.
Yeah, so like
Eventually.
so that's another thing. Like, so I still have hands on with everything in the business. So I bill, I and like I invoice people. I take care of all the bill latings that my dad has. And
But wouldn't you rather be driving?
yeah, I love driving. Yeah, so I mostly do all that in the truck. It depends. I mean, normally I'll run like a local week around PA and New England, and then normally load out Friday night or Saturday morning for out west, like Denver, Salt Lake City area. Kind of go wherever. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it's a working truck. I mean,
Exactly.
motor. Yeah.
Well, generally people say that when they open the door to look in the
Yeah.
cab. So hey.
No, so I mean, it's yellow at least, but it's not spotless. So yeah, it's just a 6NZ with a single turbo, and it runs really good for what it is. But
Any trouble along the way at any point?
not that I know of. So we left Pennsylvania, I guess it was 10 o'clock Monday morning, or Monday night at 10 o'clock, and we pulled in down here at like 9 a.m. So we kept moving and got down here and took a little nap and then got washed and then cleaned it up. But like I said, I'll be honest with you, I mean, it's not a show truck compared to some of the other stuff here.
Well, the whole point of this whole event is that it's supposed to be a trade show for truck drivers.
Absolutely,
so you're a working truck driver.
Yeah, and that's like the judges
thing.
came around today and they were talking to me about it. I said, I'll be honest with you, the whole reason I came here was for the experience. I'm not here to win a trophy. I'm not here to toot my own horn, but I'd like to see people that I haven't seen, meet people that I haven't met, such as yourself. I've seen you on Facebook before, but never got to meet you, but mutual friends brought us together today.
Well, now you have to watch my YouTube videos.
I know. Yeah.
Also, I noticed you can see the shadow of my winter hat.
Yeah.
It's
cold.
not that cold here compared to past years, but the wind, when the wind blows, is not pleasant.
Yes.
So I'm wearing my winter hat.
And another thing that's kind of cool is most guys stop with this stripe on the side of the hood. They came all the way to the front.
That's a thing I've been noticing more, is when the stripe continues over the hood, across the firewall, inside the hood.
Yeah.
That's the cool stuff.
Yeah.
Attention to detail.
Absolutely.
And you work this truck, so.
Yeah.
But you still have to be proud of what you're doing.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Some days are harder than others, but that's everything you do.
And you have 3 trucks.
I have 3 trucks, yeah.
Which one's your favorite to drive?
So the way that I'll explain it the best is this is like a Cadillac. My 379 is like a square body Chevy.
They have their purposes.
Yeah, they have their purposes. The 379 doesn't have air ride on the steer. It's 265 wheelbase, so running across 80 at 265-inch wheelbase kind of sucks. It gets a little bit rough. Yeah, this one rides a lot better. The other 389 that I have is 295 wheelbase. Yeah, so this is a 305. My dad's is a 295. And then the 379 is 265.
Did you let your dad pick which truck he got to
yeah,
drive?
so we kind of, when I was looking at adding a driver, he was working for a local construction company pulling a lowboy and log trailer. I was going to hire a buddy of mine, and he kind of came to me and was like, hey, what about me? And I'm like, well, I didn't know you wanted to work for me. And he's like, well, yeah. So that was kind of the plan all along. But yeah, he started working for me, and we kind of set a budget as far as what we thought we could afford. And I kind of gave him free roam to buy, or, you know what I mean, look at what he liked. And we'd bounce, I don't know, probably 150 trucks off of each other before we found one we liked. The truck that I bought for him, it connected me with a guy out in Idaho Falls, Justin Rounds. He's got, I think, 10 trucks or so, and he pulls flatbed out there, and he was super, super good guy to meet. And I load potatoes out of Idaho back to Pennsylvania and try to stop in and see him when I can when I'm out there, because he's a good guy and kind of given me some advice over the years, or the past 2 years when I bought the truck. He kind of gave me some advice as where to go and what to do. But I mean, if I sat here and thanked everyone that helped me along the way, we'd be here all night and all day tomorrow. Some people that are, you know what I mean, still in my life, and some that kind of just went separate ways. But yeah.
Well, it's nice to find someone who appreciates like what this is all about.
Yeah.
And that you've had a good experience at your first big show.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely a great time, and hopefully come back with maybe something newer someday. And because she likes to clean, so.
For real? Is he just saying that? Okay,
No, she likes to clean. She did the whole interior when we got here, and she wiped down the whole truck.
Too,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You actually like it, or you just like how? Okay, all right.
I started I guess when I was about 19 or 20, someone taught me how to acid wash and cut aluminum, and so I like that.
Wow.
And she has her CDL.
Yeah.
So I hear you have an empty truck.
Yeah, I know. Well, she wants to team drive.
Yeah.
So she wants to
talk about that.
Yeah, we've talked about that. So I don't know. We'll see.
Do you drive?
Right now I'm selling cars at Mercedes, but we talk about it often. We look on Marketplace all the time at different trucks. We're like, we could.
Like
Interested
I said,
in
it'd be cool to find it'd be cool to find like an 80-inch or 100-inch double eagle on an old 359 with all the new amenities as far as motor and driveline, and that'd be cool, because who doesn't want a old school 359 with a double eagle?
Until then, this will have to do.
Until then, yeah. It's a lot better than the 48-inch bunk, because when me and her try to sleep in that, it gets a little bit tight quarters.
I'm glad it's sunny. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it a ton for the interview.
That's perfect.
Thank you. Hopefully I did all right.
Oh yeah, totally.
Thank you very much.